What's up, guys? MrVerry here, and today, I'm going to be catching Zapdos. So, in order to catch Zapdos, first, we need to, get back to Vermilion City. And I hope I went there. I think I did. Good, I did. Alright. And then from here... Sorry, I'm still used to Final Fantasy VII controls, and the buttons are a wee bit different. We want to go to Celadon City, or Cerulean City, yes. Because straight east of Cerulean is the power plant, but we're going to need a Pokemon. We're going to need a Pokemon that knows Cut, and also, it would probably be a good idea to take him along with us as, you know, we're going to be going against Zapdos, who is both electric and flying. Sorry, guys. So, heading to the power plant now, which we should get to quite quickly. And cut this tree down. And once I get there, I'll show you my new team and see what you guys think. Alright. So now just to surf south, and we will be at the power plant. And we are here. So, before I go on in, I'll show you my my current team. We have a level 50 Dragonair, level 48 Mr. Mime, 47 Blastoise, level 50 Phoenix or Moltres, and 37 Pride or Sandslash. So, I'm actually going to keep Dragonlord out, as I really want him to hit 55 as soon as possible so that he can, you know, evolve into Dragonite and become a real powerhouse. So he sends out Rhyhorn. And of course it's a much lower level, and Surf should destroy him immediately, being that he's 21 levels lower. And he's about to bring out a Lickitung. Sure, why don't we use Moltres? Why don't we give Moltres a shot, now that we finally have a sweet fire Pokemon, and at that, a legendary one. And I know I spelled Phoenix wrong. I'm actually going to go to the name changer at some point and get that renamed. We'll see how heavy damage Flamethrower does. And of course, it's one hit kill. You know, it's a legendary who's 21 levels higher. And we get a decent sum of money, and you can see we are at the power plant. And here's some of my favorite music. As I stated before, this is the same music that's playing in the Pokemon Mansion, actually. And when you encounter Pokeballs here, a lot of the time they're not going to be Pokeballs, or yeah, they're not going to be items. They will actually be Pokemon. Electrode and Voltorb. I believe only Electrode in this, and they should be around level 30, I think. And here we see we can get Magnemite, so Magnemite's a pretty sweet Pokemon, and so is Magneton, and since we haven't caught him yet, I use Dragon Rage, which does 40. He uses Sonic Boom, which does a constant 20. And we'll see if we can get him with a Great Ball. And we do. And I'm not going to give him a nickname. And unfortunately, he's in my party now. which sucks because I really wanted to save room for Zapdos, but you know, it's whatever. And you can find Electabuzz here in Fire Red, and of course in Leaf Green. You can only get Magmar in Leaf Green. And I think this should be an Electrode. And it is. Hopefully he doesn't use Explosion immediately. I'm going to use an Ice Beam in hopes to freeze him. Although the chances are pretty low. I think it's like 5 or 10%, something like that. Alright, well, that's about as good as we're going to get him without him exploding, so let's try an Ultra Ball. And he gets out. Ooh, got another shot here. Awesome, caught him, sweet. You know, this isn't like a Pokemon I really like, but I do try to catch all the Pokemon. Inversion. And for those of you who understood that, you obviously know it's just a play on Electrode's design in comparison to Pokeballs. We're gonna get a Surf off real quick. Oh boy. There is just a... Oh, cool. Now we can, you know, grab Voltorb as well. And of course, we're going to use Dragon Rage, as that is a really nice move to use against lower level Pokemon. And he's at the perfect amount of health right now, so, well, not perfect, but as good as it's going to get with the current Pokemon I have in my party. Awesome. So we got Voltorb too. And it appears that I already have a Voltorb. I didn't even notice the sign next to his name. Oh well. What can you do? So I use a freshwater on him just to heal him up a little bit, and I'm actually gonna pull, unfortunately, a lot of my Pokemon are not so great against electric types, so this is gonna be interesting. Luckily I do have, my Dragonair, and he's not a Dragonite yet, which is good for this situation, since if he was a Dragonite, he would get, a neutral amount of damage rather than being a Dragonair and getting half. So we're going to use Psybeam, as that'll effectively take out Pikachu, I'm sure. And Mr. Mime levels so fast due to being traded from the other trainer. Ooh, and we get Thunder, and we already have Rain Dance, so combining those two together is killer. The Rain Dance makes it so that it rains for 5 turns, and then Thunder goes from having a 70% accuracy to 100% with a whopping 120 power and the ability to paralyze. I think it still can paralyze, so that's really awesome. And there's 2 here. And one of them appears to be an Electrode, so we'll see if we can take him out with 1 Psychic. And success! So that should definitely get Mr. Mime up to 49. And nice, 3, 3, and 4. He's getting some pretty beefy speed now. Ooh, Pikachu smart, knowing it's gonna get dropped, and uses a quick attack. And we get another Thunderstone. That's handy. Awesome. Magneton. Cool, I didn't even know you could catch him in here. So I use a Psybeam in hopes to not take him out in one hit, and luckily, due to his resistance, I don't. My Soundproof blocks Supersonic, which is really awesome. So we're gonna use our Great Balls up as we want to save our Ultra Balls for the upcoming Legendary. And not having such a good time doing so. Oh, and finally. So now we have Magnemite and Magneton, that's cool, and they are a Steel and Electric type, which is a pretty good type matchup. And what's cool is since Steel was invented in the 2nd generation, in 1st generation, Magnemite were simply just Electric types. So once the 3rd generation came out and, you know, they had Magnemite as one of the staples for the original 150 again, you saw a big increase in use of Magnemite and Magneton because that Steel really helps their type advantages. More so resistances than anything. And I think we're very, very close to Zapdos now. Yep, so here is Zapdos. And we are gonna try to catch him now, with any luck. So, let's see how this goes. First, I want to bring out Pride, as he's gonna have good resistance and be able to do a good amount of damage. And level 50 Zapdos, as all the legendaries other than Mewtwo are. Tries to use Thunder Wave, luckily it isn't effective, and I land a Rock Slide, which is super effective. Once again, another Thunder Wave attempt. And this tactic seems to be working quite well. Yeah, Zapdos is just spamming Thunder Wave. And one more Rock Slide should do it. However, he uses Detect to protect himself. And we get Zapdos at a very low amount of HP. So, now it's time to start throwing those Ultra Balls. And luckily, with my Sand Slash out, he's going to have a hard time dealing damage. And when you're fighting legendaries, typically you're gonna have to load your game a few times, because not only is it just so expensive to use, you know, so many Ultra Balls, you might not have enough money to go get more, and you want to be able to catch them. And obviously, if you run out of Pokeballs, or you have a Master Ball that you don't want to use yet, you're gonna stop. And unfortunately, I don't think I have any way of paralyzing him or anything, so... And that's, you know, giving a status ailment to a, to the Pokemon you're trying to catch is oftentimes very helpful. And he finally uses a Drill Peck, which does some pretty heavy damage, actually. And that should finish off Pride. And it does. And of course, we're going to use the next Pokemon. And he's just spamming his Drill Peck at this point. And we catch Zapdos. Awesome. Didn't even have to reload. Very cool. And what to name him? And for those of you who don't know, the 3 legendary birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, in the back of their name, Arctic, Uno 1, Zapdos 2, and Moltres 3. So it's an elemental in the first part, and then in the second part of the name, it's actually a Spanish number. But anyway, so we successfully caught Zapdos. I didn't even have to reload, so that's awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment on this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I produced. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.